Hello, Shri Cecil, claimyourfeminine.com here, and today I'm responding to a beautiful video that I saw from Upworthy. That was a popular blogger's response to a rude comment about her gray hairs, and she handles it with such grace, poise, and emotion. It's really touching, and I'll share the video in my blog post and in the links in YouTube. But what I loved, and what I wanted to share here today is she goes into this wonderful litany of all of the things that she loves about her body that are not perfect, and this sort of like litany of her flaws. And it got me to thinking too that, you know, for those of us, I guess that's myself included, who are in the public eye, you're always opening yourself up to sort of, you know, whatever the universe brings in, whatever someone decides to comment or post. But two thoughts. One, how many of those rude comments just come right from our head? Every time we pass a mirror or a store window, or we catch a reflection, or we're putting on clothes that aren't fitting quite the way that they used to, or what have you, what are the words that are running through your head? What are the stories that you're telling yourself when you're looking in the mirror? So there's that, like our own private heckling, social media, you know, just stop that, right? And then the other piece was this litany. So I wanted to share mine, and I invite you to share yours. So I myself have quite a few gray hairs, and which just, you know, I can't seem to catch up with them. And they're so funny because as they grow out, my daughter teases me. So she says it looks like I have all these little short hairs at the top of my head of silver. And my eyes like gather at the corners. My eyebrow hairs love to grow like wherever the heck they want to grow, like in the middle of my eyelid or whatever. I do have a tendency to like grow like one half of a Fu Manchu mustache. And what else could I tell you? I have freckles and spots everywhere. I have a deep scar across my abdomen from the C-section from my firstborn when my son was born. My belly is covered with stretch marks. And I actually, you know, when my daughter was little, she taught me how to love my body. And part of why I'm posting this today is because I see her now as a young woman, 15, in that sort of adolescent hell of self-consciousness and just like hating on her body. And she's stunningly beautiful, and there is not a thing wrong with her. You know, of course, as me, like, you know, her mother, I'm just a little bit biased, but also, you know, here I am in my middle-aged body looking at her body going like, what are you talking about? You have that smooth belly and this and that. But I still remember to this day when she was young and she would run her fingers over the crepe skin of my stretch marks and say, Mom, you're so soft. She loved the texture. And she taught me how to fall in love with my stretch marks, because I was a professional belly dancer. I was always very self-conscious about that. And I am now like a bit larger than I was when I was performing. Like I like to say, I expand and contract like the universe. But even when I was at my tiniest and performing and doing gigs and all that stuff, I was far older than a lot of the dancers that I was in, I guess, competition with, if you want to think of it that way. And I was always very self-conscious about my stretch marks. But what I did love, I never wore a cover. So there is this option where you can wear kind of like a stretchy sheer fabric that will like smooth. Oh my God, it's like magic. it's like nylons for your body, but it has the same effect where I didn't have that same freedom of movement, and it was not a sacrifice that I was willing to make in my dance, and so I refused to wear a belly cover. So there I would be, and this is when I was like, a size 6, and I'd be dancing, and and it's like, oh, she's so cute, and then I'd get close enough to maybe they're sitting enjoying their hummus or something, and they'd see the stretch marks, and there would be this moment of recognition, like, oh, she's a mom. And I loved that moment. It made my day. So I want to hear from you now. What do you love about your body that might not be considered, that might be considered an imperfection? So what perfect imperfections do you have? And I just feel like the more that we share this and the more that we recognize that we would not be who we are if we hadn't experienced every moment that has brought us to this place. You are the magical, amazing woman that you are because of every single experience that has etched itself on your body. And every single one has. Our cells remember everything. So I would love to leave you with this thought from Clarissa Pinkola Estes that she talks about in her book, The Joyous Body. It's on Audible. If you are an audiobook absorber like I am, I invite you to check it out. One of the things that she talks about is how she describes these huge, gorgeous trees, growing close to the ground because they are so hugging the ground because of their location. They're like clinging to the mountainside, and in order to grow, that's how they need to grow. And in describing the trees, she talked about how every bud of every branch, every bud of every flower that becomes fruit and seed, as it develops and pops off, it leaves a little scar. And these trees are, for one, they couldn't grow without that scarring, and two, it's part of what makes them so stunningly beautiful. And so she pointed out, who is it? Who decided that beauty equals flawlessness? And by the way, this is more so with women than with men, yes, right? Men can be salt and pepper and weathered and so hot. And for whatever reason, especially in our culture, we have this attachment to the maiden, the young nubile, and yet so much of our beauty comes with age. It comes with experience. So I would love to know, what are your scars? What are your flaws that make you who you are? Post them in the comments below. Shoot me an email, however it expresses to you. And before I go, I'm getting a call to pick a card for us to inspire us. So I've been inspired by this video, which I'll share, by Clarissa. Oh, she said to stop right there. Clarissa Pinkola Estes. And finally, oh, I love this. So the card that emerged on this very topic is, check that, look how gorgeous. Sekhmet, be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. And what I love about this in relation to what we're talking about is that it is every mark on our body that has made us stronger. You know how scar tissue is actually stronger than the skin around it. It grows up. It grows in even more pronounced, protective and amazing. And how resilient is our beauty, and how little does it have to do with our gray hairs and our crow's feet and our random hairs and spots and all of those other things are stretch marks, and all of the things that made me, I would never trade those, ever, for the experience of having my son handed to me. I would never trade that. So, all right, my loves, have a wonderful, wonderful week. Please do celebrate every mark that your life has made upon your body, and I would love to hear about it. So much love to you. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you again soon.